Cancel everything, guys. We already have our next Best Picture winner, and that is Nomadland. Oh my god, I'm so floored by this film. What's going on, buddy? My name is Zach. Welcome back to a brand new movie review. I just got done watching Chloe Zhao's brand new film, Nomadland, which of course stars the likes of Frances McDormand, and it follows a woman in her 60s who, after losing everything in the Great Recession, embarks on a journey through the American West, living as a van-dwelling modern-day nomad. I have been so excited for this film because one of her first films, called The Writer, was so underrated the year it came out. I absolutely loved that movie, and you know, she's also doing my most anticipated next Marvel film called The Eternals, which is now coming out next November, which I cannot wait for that film. But I've been looking forward to this movie because of course it's Frances McDormand, it's her. I don't know what to expect from this film at all, but what I got out of this film was an absolute masterpiece. I am talking highest altitudes that you can possibly go for a film. I absolutely loved Nomadland from beginning to end. And by the time it was getting to its ending point, I just did not want this film to end. I was so in love with it. Of course, if you guys are new here, though, make sure to comment down below and let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you guys excited for Nomadland? Are you not? Let's discuss it all down below in the comment section, as well as hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on content like this over here on a daily basis, guys. I love talking movies, and I want to keep talking it with you guys. Once again, Nomadland completely floored me. I was absolutely just in tears from many moments that are in particular are not the most emotional, but in fact just in tears from the experience that I had from the silver screen. This is a movie that I truly wish I could have jumped into and watched it in the theaters, because it's something that I've never experienced before with a film. It's so immersive, it's so quiet and subtle, and it's never gone above and beyond. It's just focusing and connecting you and really much immersing you into a part of a life that you really much no part of a film or history have ever really touched on inside our media, and especially inside America today. I left this film feeling so many different emotions. I left this film with the thoughts of life is short, life is beautiful, life is subtle, and life is emotional, but it's something that we must take in and really much dedicate our lives to the ones that have already passed away and really know that we're going to see them soon. This film really shows out to me is that, you know, in our life, we judge a book by its cover so many different times. That is how our society, that is how our culture is ran. But, you know, judging a book by its cover for this film, you would lose out on so much. Because this movie shows how every single person you encounter has a story to tell in some way, shape, or form. Many of the actors and actually the cast involved here are just real people, are actually real nomads who Chloe Zhao and Frances McDormand brought into the film and had intriguing layers to their concepts and their storylines, and you learn so much about, again, this culture, this livelihood, and them as people. That's one of the things that I absolutely loved about this, and Frances McDormand, you don't even see her in here. She becomes the character of Fern to such a high degree, and Frances McDormand's one of the best actresses out there. But this is another layer of a performance that I've never seen from her before. If you would have told me this is a straight up documentary, 100% believed you, because right now Frances McDormand is coming for that Best Actress Oscar. It's really much, for me, it's between her and Vanessa Kirby at this point for who's gonna win that Oscar, because oh my god, they're so great. The thing that's truly a character of this film isn't the landscapes that we're going to, which are all beautiful and wonderfully shot. The cinematography in here is just immaculate. It is something else. Really, the biggest character out of this film is Chloe Zhao's directing. The intimacy that she is able to frame on screen, whether it's from, again, that cinematography, from the performances, from the writing that she brings to life on the screen, or most importantly, the camera movements. Every single scene, every single shot has a certain layer of intimacy that I have never felt, I've never seen inside a film. Just watching this from the comfort of my own home made me wish that I could have seen this in the theaters. And if it does go into theaters, I will go and see this film. Because again, I want to re-feel that intimacy, that comfort feeling that Chloe is able to bring about in this movie that is unlike, again, anything else you will feel this year. Intimacy is so key in here because really when we look at life, Intimacy is some of the biggest parts about our lives, especially with the connections that we form with either strangers, family members, or friends. It is something that bonds us together forever. This film was handcrafted in the most gorgeous ways possible, even though it jumps down into the most vulnerable parts of being a nomad. I mean, for heaven's sakes, you actually see Frances McDormand go to the bathroom. Guys, it gets that vulnerable. I've already talked about the acting, the writing, the directing, the cinematography. It's the score here that again ties all that in. It's in such a perfect and intimate way that gives this vibe and vibrance to it that is unlike anything else that many of the other films have been able to do. Again, this film is very quiet and subtle, and this violin piece that the score is able to intertwine throughout the entire film adds to every single moment. In fact, one of my favorite parts of the score, moment in here where Fern is looking through a bunch of different photos, and again, the cinematography in this moment, beautiful. The score adds to this moment so well, and the monologue on top of that makes it one of the best moments of 2020. Nomadland is a stunning feature that connects and immerses you into one experience that left me in tears. Life is short, life is beautiful, and life is so special, and everyone has a story to tell. Chloe Zhao has directed the best film of this year, and I'm absolutely floored by this. I was knocked back. I didn't want this film to end. It carries the best performance of 2020. It carries one of the best scores of 2020. It has excellent writing and directing across the board. I cannot wait to see what Chloe Zhao does next. Of course, she's doing the Eternals. This gets me even more hyped about it. And if you guys have not seen her previous work, you must. Nomadland is a must-see, and it is absolutely, might just be my favorite film of 2020 so far. So all that said, I'm going to give Nomadland an A+. Didn't know how I was going to come about this film. I already heard so much hype about this, and I came out of this film absolutely in love, and I hope many of you guys are the same way. So thank you guys again so much for clicking on this. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out, as well as head on over to Sam Films on how to see films early. And of course, this is a big thing to you and a big thing to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. Thank you guys once again, and of course, until next time, stay classy.